Assassin's Creed is known for having some of the most well put together landmarks and cities across gaming. In this video, I will be counting down the top 10 Assassin's Creed locations and cities. Please remember to leave your favorites in the comments below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. Coming in at number 10 is going to be Boston from Assassin's Creed 3. Not a lot to say on this city. It was well placed. I feel like there was a lot inside of the city, and it is a very strong city in terms of canon for the Assassin's Creed franchise. It has a lot of history and importance inside of the American Revolution, and using that, I felt like they did a pretty good job in order to go ahead and bring that to life in Assassin's Creed 3. Coming in at number 9 is going to be Havana from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I felt like Havana perfectly fit Assassin's Creed Black Flag because the game was not based around a lot of cities. The game Black Flag was based a lot primarily being in the open seas as well as smaller islands. And I felt like it was a very nice change of pace to be able to have Havana in there. There was a lot to do. There was a lot of free roaming to do as well. There wasn't a lot of colors. It wasn't very vibrant of a city, but I felt like it was a good place to get a little bit of a different view. It had more depth in the city than some of the other ones in previous games, so I did feel like it was an upgrade in that as well, and for that, that's why I put it at number 9 on the list. Coming in at number 8 on this list is going to be Damascus from the original Assassin's Creed game. So Damascus was placed in the Holy Lands in the original Assassin's Creed game, and the reason I liked this place so much was, of course, it was in the original Assassin's Creed, so that obviously helps it from a perspective of it being the first game, even though it's not the first game timeline-wise. But another reason I really liked it is because it was honestly ahead of its time. It had 3 different districts inside of the city. It had a higher class, lower class, and middle class, and aesthetically, each of the classes in the districts looked different. The higher class was a lot more clean and a lot more aesthetically pleasing, whereas some of the lower classes didn't look the same. They had a lot of merchants, NPCs running around the town doing things, so it made it feel full at all times, as well as it just was very good in the story of Assassin's Creed 1, and that's the reason I have it at number 8 on the list. Coming in at number 7 on the list is going to be Rome from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I really like what Rome brought to the table in that game. It was a very diverse city. It had a lot of points of interest, like the Pantheon and the Colosseum. It just felt like such a great next step for Ezio and his journey. I feel like they really could bring another game back there, not necessarily in the same time period, but if they brought it back to another time period, I would really like them to go back to Rome, just because I feel like there was so much they can dive into in that history, and it's just such a great city. There's a lot of parkour that you can go across, which is great for assassin made games, and I just think overall it's a really good city and had a lot of story to tell there. Coming in at number 6 on the list is going to be London from Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I really liked London for what it brought to the Assassin's Creed franchise. I really liked the barges going through the city making the noise, the smokestacks showing all of the industry off across the city in the skyline. They had everything you would want from London, including Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, the Royal Exchange, Bank of England. Most likely it had the most recognizable landmarks of all the Assassin's Creed games, and although the gameplay might have not backed it up and made it one of the best Assassin's Creed games of all time, I really think location-wise, they hit the spot. They had everything you would want, and that's really all you want in a location standpoint. Coming in at number 5 on the list is going to be Venice from Assassin's Creed 2. All of the first trailers of Assassin's Creed 2 and a lot of the gameplay early on was from Venice and the Italian Renaissance part of it. It was a very colorful city compared to some of the other cities, and really just in Assassin's Creed games in general, especially at this time coming from Assassin's Creed 1, jumping to Assassin's Creed 2 and bringing a lot of color to life really helped out the game. There were so many cool events that also happened in Venice, including the Carnival assassination. So overall, it's just a very memorable city. I feel like it just has a great place in Assassin's Creed history, and that's why I have it at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Paris from Assassin's Creed Unity. This is probably one of the most impressive cities in all of the Assassin's Creed franchise, in my opinion. They did a really good job making sure the city was full with crowds. And the interior of the important buildings also had a lot of art to kind of show how well made the game actually was, if you could ever get it to load correctly, because that was the biggest problem, is just the bugs in the game. When it loaded correctly, you could really tell the difference between the districts, showing you what the slums really look like and the affluent district. All in all, I think it was a really good city overall, just in terms of the looks. Obviously, the game had a lot of bugs, so that definitely takes away from the experience of the game, but just in terms of the location and the city, I think it was very well done. Coming in at number 3 on the list is going to be Florence from Assassin's Creed 2. If you guys know anything about the Assassin's Creed franchise, you will know this is the birthplace of Ezio, as well as where he died at. So just that in itself has so much history in it. It also has a lot of vibrant colors and a lot of diversity in the city. It has a lot of historical landmarks as well. And honestly, I just think it's the most meaningful city inside of the Assassin's Creed franchise. Ezio is probably the most meaningful character because of the fact that he got so many games and people just really connected with them. And I think that's why it makes this city feel like home, in my opinion, and people just stick to it to this day. Coming in at number 2 on the list is going to be Alexandria from Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, this city definitely felt like the pride and joy of Assassin's Creed Origins. It had so much exploration as well as quests that the city just felt so memorable inside of a very memorable game to start. When you put that game inside of ancient Egypt and you do such a good job with it, it really makes you feel like you're actually transported into ancient Egypt. And that's the great part about Alexandria, is it brought so much of ancient Egypt to life, as well as just having great color schemes. Even though it is Egypt and they're not going to have vibrant colors, they did a great job with what they had, as well as just making it very memorable. Coming in at number 1 on the list is going to be a little bit surprising to some, and it's going to be Athens from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And the reason I think it might be a little surprising is because of the fact that Odyssey was just not a game that was good canon-wise in the Assassin's Creed franchise. It was definitely a letdown in that perspective, but I do think it brought us this great city of Athens to life. Being such a historically popular city, you really have to do it justice. If you don't do it justice correctly, you're going to have a lot of historic buffs trying to attack the game and trying to attack what you did with Athens. And it's by far the biggest city that they've made in Assassin's Creed over all of the games. And I definitely think it had to be done right. But from a close, from afar, the city just looks amazing. No matter how you look at it, you can get up and look down at the lower part of the town or look up at the higher part of the town. It just looks amazing overall, and that's why I have it coming in at number 1 on the list. That's pretty much it for the video, guys. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Would you keep it the same? Would you switch some things up? What would your list be? Definitely let me know in the comments below. If you did enjoy the video, drop a like on it. Subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. I also have some other playlists, and just let me know what you guys are interested, like I said, in the comments below as well, because I can make videos off of that. And that being said, guys, I will see you next time.